Parker.
Okay, Teddy, hands to yourself, please. Put your hands down.
Stop it.
Okay, I have to ask you some questions about Grandpa Pop. Okay, stop. Put your hands to yourself. Okay, ready?
Okay. What do you think Grandpa wanted to be when he grew up?
I bet he wanted to be like a sailor, like in the Navy. He could wear all those the white clothes and the white cap, look all fresh, get like an anchor tattoo right here.
An arborist.
I think he wanted to be like Fred Astaire. I think that he lives vicariously through him on the TV, and I think he wanted to be a tap dancer.
Probably a professional jumpsuit model.
Probably a card dealer at a casino in Vegas.
The manager of a gas station.
Grandpa probably wanted to be an actor. And what's really funny is, the only reason I say that is because there's a picture of him somewhere where he was a minstrel and in some sort of a school play or something. And so we actually have a picture of Grandpa as a child in blackface, which is kind of hysterical these days.
Grandpa wanted to be, when he grew up, he wanted to be married to a supermodel. And he nailed it.
A rich businessman.
Isn't that what he is?
Yeah, kind of.
I feel like Grandpa wanted to be an inventor. I feel like he wanted to invent something, make something crazy.
I think he wanted to be a foot model.
I think he wanted to be a barber, but I'm sure we all know that didn't work out for him.
Engineer?
An engineer? That's a good one. What do you think, Teddy?
He grew big and small.
Big and small. Perfect.
Well, I think he wanted to be Inspector Clouseau so he can walk around going, Kitty.
I think Grandpa wanted to be like an astronaut or something like that.
I think he wanted to be a bad A firefighter.
Oh.
I think Grandpa wanted to be an arsonist. He sure liked to burn the field down behind his house in Salt Lake.
Well, his order is to get the little paper crown hat so he can cover his bald spot.
Grandpa's Burger King order. Something greasy and delicious.
I have no idea, but mine is rodeo burgers.
My grandpa's, not yours.
Chicken fries.
Oh, I love me some chicken fries. Pretty much anything less than $4. The cheaper the better.
Whatever it is, it's going to be cheap.
The cheapest thing on the menu.
Oh my gosh, I've been with him there a million times. I think definitely a burger, and he probably shares the fries with Judy and some kind of a diet drink. But he definitely has to get it with his senior's discount. I definitely know that he has to get that.
It's a cheeseburger plain, or a double cheeseburger, whatever's on the dollar menu, and then he gets a small fry that he splits with my mom and a senior drink. All I know is it usually costs him, $4.77, something like that.
It's a steal of a deal.
Steal of a deal.
I don't remember. I don't even know anything.
I'd probably say either playing the candy bar game when he sings his songs, just being able to see him like twice a year. Miss Colorado.
He has his seat at the dining table, and it's the head of the table by the window. And anytime we would sit in that seat, we'd be like, "Grandpa, we're in your spot." He'd come and he'd tickle us and pick us up, and just like, get out of my spot, that whole thing. And that was always really fun for all of us. So I would say that's probably my favorite.
Probably whenever he plays the songs on a keyboard. Those are awesome.
I was a teenager, I'm gonna guess 14, 15, he was getting really upset with me about something. And I went running up the stairs and he literally kicked me in the butt. I don't know, it's hilarious thinking about that. I don't know what was going on, but he was pretty mad.
Probably when we went to Florida as a family, and I didn't want to go to the pizza thing and neither did Grandpa, so we just went to the Burger King right next door, so that was pretty fun.
I think my favorite memories of Bob are when he's performing.
I always just loved moments when we would just sit and laugh with him, because he just has a really fun sense of humor and just certain kind of sarcasm that he has.
My most memorable moment with Grandpa was probably whenever me and him would do any type of like yard work or like service together. It's obviously not the most fun all the time, but it's always a good time, and talking to him is always fun.
I think this story is hilarious about how he used to have that little click in his jaw and how it used to bother you when you ate, and how you were playing with Alex outside when she was little one day on the lawn and she like clocked you in the side of the jaw, and now it doesn't do that anymore. It doesn't make the clicking noise.
When Dan and I were dating the girls, we got into a little wrestling match upstairs, and Bob was downstairs working, and he did not like all the chaos coming up there and ran up the stairs. "This is not a gymnasium!" Dan's very lucky. His life was saved that day.
My most memorable moment with Grandpa is not actually a super happy moment. It's a little more on the traumatizing side. Just kidding. But when Alex and I were spending the night over there one night, Grandma Judy was trying to get Alex to calm down, brush her teeth, get ready for bed, and Alex was just not having it. She was throwing a fit and causing all these issues, and Grandma Judy was trying to be so patient and so kind and trying to get her to go, and Grandpa, he had enough. He took Alex by the shoulders. He said, "Alex, you will stop this. You will go to bed, and you will not fight your grandma anymore. Understand?" And I was like, on the hallway, like,
Okay.
Probably the best one is the cruise that we went on with Grandma and Grandpa. It was just really funny to watch him try and figure out throughout the whole time if he liked it or not. He really wasn't sure.
I can say my most favorite memorable is when I would go over there a couple years ago once a week, and we would sit down and we would study the scriptures, and he would just tell me all kinds of stuff and just teach me about just the history, and it was awesome. But I will say another memory I have, which is not my most memorable favorite fun experience, was when he picked me up from school and took me and Katie McNabb to get my warts fried off. Of my foot, and he sat there and he laughed the entire time that I was in pain, and he just thought it was the funniest thing. So yeah, anyway, that was a great one.
When we were first married and we were at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and Shad and Dan were wrestling in the living room, and I've never seen Grandpa Bob move so fast. He was upstairs and, "Boys, this is not a gymnasium.
Boys, this is not a gymnasium. This is not a gymnasium.
This is not a gymnasium.
Gymnasium.
I'm gonna guess his best subject was math, and the only reason I say that is because of the untold hours he and I sat doing math around the table.
Religion.
That is just so wrong.
Just kidding.
His best subject was girl watching, and his worst subject was communication.
Sounds to me like he was pretty good at history and English and probably music too.
I think his best subject might have been girls. I could see him being kind of a lady killer.
Probably best at math and English, but worst at like art classes.
Best was history, and his worst was math.
Or science.
Did they have science back then?
Worst subject would have probably been patience. Is there a class called patience?
I think his best school subject was English and math, and his worst was ceramics.
I think his best was probably English. I don't know that he had a worse subject. I think he was probably good at all of them.
Well, I know he's good at English because he would help me with that. I know he's good at math because he would help me with that. And he's super smart with history. So I'm assuming probably just science?
By learning about math.
You think he was bad about learning about math?
No, good.
Oh, good. Okay, what do you think he was bad at learning?
I think.
Okay. Shh. All right. Next question. My favorite candy bar game memory is when somebody new who has never played that before is joining our family, and the whole entire time they're just watching everything like.
We used to play the candy bar game with the family, with Paula and Ab and Marilyn and Dick, and we'd all get together, and Timmy was just little, and he liked to suck his thumb, and he would just slobber everywhere. And so he would sit in Paula's lap, and he would grab the candy bars and just sit there and hold them and put his thumb in his mouth, and slobber would be all over the candy bars.
Nobody wanted those candy bars.
Anytime watching Bob and Judy work the machine that is the candy bar game.
I think when Grandma and Grandpa came out to Utah for my birthday one year, and we did the candy bar game at my birthday party. It was a huge hit.
By switching the candies, then it's all yours.
Oh yeah, that's the best part. What's your favorite part, Teddy? Do you like eating the candies? What's your favorite candy?
Suckers. Fruit snacks.
My favorite candy bar game memory was finally being old enough to understand the game and knowing that even though everyone would steal my candy and I'd get angry, I'd still get candy at the end.
Just all this, the things that happen with every single game, no matter what. Grandpa's always like a blackjack dealer. He's like,
oh, we got a 1, and then we got a 2, and a 12, and blah, blah.
you know, and he gets all into it. And then I always love, there's always people who are like, 5 or high, and then they get an 8.
Oh, I meant 8.
And then there's always the joke that one person has all the candy and we're like,
oh, the table's being weighed down over there.
Watching all the little kids cry when I took their candy. Loved it.
Probably just when I was younger and I'd get a little too into it, maybe get a little emotional.
Probably when we played with the little kids and they got all angry when other people take their candy bars. I think that's always a good time.
Seeing Mason cry.
My favorite candy bar game memory was the 2018 My Birthday Candy Bar game because I won 3 pieces of candy. The most I've ever had.
It was last family reunion where there were 2 ties, and whenever he laid down a card, I think he did at least 3 times, and it was just the same one every time, and we were just sitting there dying laughing, like, how is this happening?
Probably when, shout out to Bailey when she won for the first time, I think when she was maybe 19, where she won the first time ever, because she never wins, but that was a great memory.
I think it's just funny whenever we play and there's like one person that never gets any candy bars.
Shout out to Bailey.
And I think all of us have kind of had that chance to be the person that's a total loser.
Shout out to Bailey.
And doesn't get anything the entire game. So anyhow, probably that.
Favorite candy bar game memory is, it's the same memory all the time. It's the kid that constantly loses.
Shout out to Bailey.
You know, it's just one of those luck of the draw things where you have one kid that for whatever reason's constantly getting the bad thing, and watching them, you know, until they get to the edge of crying and then breaking it, going over the edge.
Shout out to Bailey.
Ghost Riders in the Sky. An old cowpoke went riding out one dark and dusty day. Upon a Reggie rested as he went along his way. So, when I was a little kid, 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there, he'd break out his big acoustic guitar and he'd play that for us. And I loved that song. I was probably could have been like Tinky Winky again. I loved hearing that so much. And he would do it. And then I remember at some point he just stopped playing it. And I kept asking for it and it just went away. So it's probably 50 some odd years since he's played that song. It's my favorite one though.
Probably the squirrel that went berserk. It's just so funny.
When the Squirrel Went Berserk, and it's just because like everyone can get into that song. That's the only song I like know word for word. So
Definitely the squirrel song.
The squirrel song.
Yeah. I think Kaylee knows
Do you
the
know
words.
the words? The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in a sleepy little town of Pascagoula. Your turn.
I don't know it. Hallelujah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember the name, but it's the one where he's like, I think that squirrel went berserk in the old South Baptist church in the something little town of Pascagoula.
Okay, I love all the songs he sings, but I think that the day that squirrel went berserk is a good one, because I always love the way he says the word that. He just goes, that day that squirrel went berserk. It's like a hiccup. That day that squirrel, and he just goes right into it.
Probably, I think the Power Tools one. I think that one's definitely my favorite. I think it's funny when you call the nurse's station and ask for help. In the little voice you do. That's definitely my favorite song.
Favorite song, probably.
If you get a haircut, you better go back home. If you get a haircut, get the barber you have known.
My favorite song he sings is I'm a Logger for the haircut one. And he's like a musician and he goes into a haircut stand and the guy's like, oh man, I just hate musicians. They're so bad. Now, what do you want? And he says,
I'm a logger.
My favorite one is the haircut song. And my favorite part is the part where he goes, I just graduated from cosmetology school and you're my first customer. Doom! With the keyboards.
Ahab the Arab for sure, because he's just funny when he sings it and it's just super enjoyable. Everyone loves it.
I like Ahab the Arab because he does a little Elvis lip thing. Watch next time.
I love all of them, but I think the one I love the most is the Ahab the Arab, because then he gets to sing his little "Hoya."
It's so hard to choose a favorite, you know? Especially when you've been a backup dancer for multiple. You just really get connected to the song. But if I had to choose one, probably either be Ahab the Arab. Just gotta love that little.
They're all really, really good. I love all of his songs. The one that kills me though is the Ahab the Arab. I know, whatever, I don't know what he does, but his eyebrows and everything get going. And anyhow, I think that one is absolutely hilarious.
Ahab the Arab, because I like the when he does his little Arabic singing, which is fun.
Well, he's probably thinking, Brandy is officially off the will. Fair enough.
How did a nice guy like me get in a situation like this?
I don't think he's thinking anything right now because he may have fallen asleep right in the beginning of the video. Either that or he's thinking, is this really what my grandkids think about me?
I wish I had this kid's hair.
He's probably wondering how all of us came from him and how we're all so weird.
About us?
Yeah, that how much he loves us? Or is he thinking we're all crazy?
Crazy.
What do you think, Ted? What's Grandpa thinking about right now?
Eating some grass?
Eating some grass? Yeah, probably.
Eating seeing the snakes?
Oh, seeing snakes and eating grass?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Probably, what the heck is this kid saying?
Candy sure does sound nice right about now. Or Burger King.
Or Burger King. I bet everybody's looking at him right now. So.
What in the Sam Hill are these kids doing?
Probably why he had so many grandkids.
Probably either if there is a Burger King nearby or how much Grandma Judy actually spent on this family reunion, if she told the truth.
I think you're probably laughing. I think there's probably going to be some good answers on here.
When is it over? He wants to probably just go watch a movie.
Probably. Hit up Burger King, maybe.
Say that too.
He's probably thinking when he's gonna get his next soda or the next burger from Burger King.
He's probably thinking, I have a crazy family and crazy grandkids.
He's probably thinking about what what things Shad is about to roast him about.
Grandpa probably doesn't know his name or what state he's in watching this video.
I think that Grandpa would go anywhere where he could take his tools, his house, and Grandma. And in that order.
A place where a church was right next to him.
A place where there's a church right next to him? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Teddy, where do you think Grandpa would want to go?
Go to the park.
Go to the park? Hey, both of those are pretty good answers.
I think he'd want to go back to his original mission that he served in, or I think he went to Germany, right? So maybe like Germany or just anywhere in Europe, maybe.
I feel like he doesn't like to travel a whole lot. So I'm going to go with like North Dakota, something humble.
Temple Square, the landscaping crew.
Probably someplace with lots of like feral animals.
Northwestern states, just typical. He so fond of that, has talked about it so much, has so many feelings for it. There's no doubt. I think anybody would go back to their mission. So I'm sure that's true.
I don't know. I think he would do really well anywhere.
That's what everyone's
Depends on... That's true.
Well, I know my dad, and he doesn't like to leave his home. So he would do anything that he could do to stay here, live in his home, be comfortable, and do stuff around here. But also knowing that he likes to do trees and plants and stuff. Probably just what he's doing. Probably be his favorite mission right here in Colorado.
I think he would go back to Germany because that's where him and Grandma lived for a while. Because I think he would speak really good German.
I think he would go to North Carolina because there are lots of trees for him to trim there.
Small little town of Littleton, cleaning church properties like he's doing right now.
I'll say upstate New York with a lot of church history. I think you'd like that.
I think he would either stay in Denver or go to like California or Florida. I don't know, somewhere humid.
Probably somewhere to like the Congo or the middle of Africa. I can see you doing some kind of a service mission out there where you like build a windmill or help somebody dig trenches for their water system or something weird like that. But you'd totally love that.
Any church mission, I think that he would go to somewhere that is struggling or had like a natural disaster. I know he likes serving, but being able to do service in the way of helping clean up or doing like cutting down trees, anything like that, I think he'd enjoy a lot.
I mentioned how funny he is, and I love how much he just loves getting to know other people. Like I love our like one-on-one conversations that we have, and he just gives great advice as well.
We need a big dinosaur and the silly songs.
And the silly songs.
I don't think I've ever seen that man sad or like angry.
Alex, you will stop this. You will go to bed and you...
This is not a gymnasium!
They're just not happy. He's kind of nuts. Really big example with that.
I admire that he likes to work and he likes to help others, and he just has so much energy, and he likes to do things with us and hang out with us, and he's...
Wisdom. He is thoughtful, and he always has something wise to say in whatever situation.
I think you're just an all-around great guy. I think that you're very non-judgmental, and you are just willing to help anybody with anything. You and Judy both.
Probably his sense of humor. He's really funny, and I love him.
Something that I admire about him is that he can grow hair in the side of his head, but not on top. And also, he's good at making crepes.
He's very smart. He just like knows everything, it seems like.
Something that I admire about Grandpa Bob is that he is always looking to be better, to improve, to learn more, to serve other people, and to share the knowledge and the wisdom that he's gathered throughout his life.
He's a hard worker. He just gets things done, doesn't complain. Look up to him for that stuff.
Grandpa Bob gives 110% to anything that he does. He's super dedicated and has taken care of our family, and we just love and adore him.
The way that he is super smart, and he just knows so much about everything, and then he serves and just is a hard worker. Like, he's 80 years old and he just isn't stopping. So hopefully I'll be that way someday too.
A very smart and knowledgeable man that's just helped me throughout my life, and I really look up to him so much.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much the same thing. Very spiritual and wise. You can tell that he cares a lot about like everything that he does. He looks into all the little details, and just very, very knowledgeable and wise man.
I admire his wisdom. I feel like he has a lot of knowledge and a lot of things that, like, he's a good person that you could go to for advice, or just, if you're just wondering about anything that has to do with being an adult, or just anything at all. Like, I just feel like he's just got a lot of wisdom, a lot of really good experiences and life lessons and stuff, and things that he could teach you. And I enjoy his stories, and I just think it's fun to talk about him and just hear about his life. You have anything?
He's still got passion.
That's true. He does.
The respect, how much he cares, and that he's super hardworking and successful, it makes me earn a respect for him as well.
What I love about Grandpa Bob is he's genuine. Whenever you get a chance to sit alone with him, he asks a million questions, and they are all about you. And it is all about how are you doing, what's going on in your life, and it's just the definition of a good grandpa. Love you, Bobby.
Let's see, I've been married to Becky 25 years and haven't found anything yet.
I do this all the time. This has literally become something that I do, one of my character traits.
Hold on a second.
Oh. Give me 1 second.
I didn't get the whistling gene, but here we go. Nope, that's not it. Oh gosh.
Also, I have heard you on an occasion do the. Am I right?
I remember something else he does. And it goes, yippee!
I can't whistle, but I can do the
Yippee!
I can't whistle.
I
let's hear it.
I can't do it. It goes like. I know.
Close.
Yeah, no. No.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Well, hello there, you old buzzard. Just wanted to say happy birthday, and just so thankful that you brought Becky into this world with Judy. She's been awesome. She's a great wife, and for in-laws, you guys turned out to be pretty good. Have a great day.
Happy birthday, Dad. You're doing really good for 80, and I'm so happy to still have you here, and I hope we get another 80 years with you. Oh, that'd be so fun.
Happy 80th birthday, Grandpa. We love you. Here's to another 80.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. We love you so very much, and we're really grateful for all the times that you've made us laugh and given us advice. We love you.
Love you, Grandpa. Thanks for always being the best. I really admire you, and especially everything you do for your missionaries back there in Colorado. And just a great example, great spiritual light to everyone. Always uplifting people's spirits, making them so happy. I miss you and I love you. Can't wait to see you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Dad, happy birthday. You are doing amazing things, and we are so proud of you, and thank you for everything that you've done for our family. We just love you and look forward to many more years of spending time and making memories with you. Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Grandpa. Love you. Hope you have a happy 80th birthday. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday, Grandpa Bob.
That was
just short and sweet.
Okay. Grandpa, thank you so much for just being there for so many years, and some of my favorite memories my whole life have been with you there, including just family dinners and coming to my house on Sundays or Christmas mornings and stuff, and just advice and everything. So thank you so much for your willing heart and loving each and every one of us.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. The big 80. You're just getting younger from here, and so happy birthday. We love you.
Happy birthday. I love you. I'm grateful for your example, and thank you for welcoming me in as part of the family. At least I think I have been. Maybe that's not the right thing to say, because I don't know if that is accurate. I at least feel like it, whether I am or not. Have a happy birthday.
Well, Grandpa, I love you. So grateful that we get to celebrate your super late 80th birthday, and I hope you know how much you are loved, and grateful for you.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Love you. Wish you the best.
Anyway, happy birthday, Grandpa. Hope you have a good day. Love you.
Happy birthday, Dad. You had talked some time ago about, well, Heavenly Father's finding something for me to do to keep me useful. And then you'd also not long ago talked about, maybe a few years ago, you went to a mission reunion. You talked about all these old people now and how they're all bent over. We used to be strong and active and all this. And I remember thinking about that, how, the changes and how you were kind of looking at yourself that way. And I thought, and I started thinking about, when are people in their prime, really? Because you started talking about being in your prime back then. I thought, when have you been in your prime? I mean, you could argue that Grandpa was in his prime when he was teaching at the University of Phoenix. You could argue he was in his prime when he was doing Cavalry Petroleum. You could argue he was in his prime at Husky Oil Company as that sales leader, when he was on his mission, or even now as he's doing all this stuff. So, Grandpa Bob, Dad, you have the unique distinction of being somebody that has been in their prime their entire life. And I anticipate that's going to keep going. But happy birthday, and I love you.
Happy birthday to you. Yippee! Happy birthday to you. Yippee! Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you. Yippee!
Hey, Bob. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. Wish I was there to celebrate with you. I just wanted to tell you that turning 80 years old is lit. Have a great day.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Glad you're still around and that we're able to hang out with you one more year. And love you.
Marley, do you have any thoughts for Grandpa Bob? Would you like to say anything to Grandpa Bob? He eats cheeseburgers, doesn't he? Yeah, and he hangs out in the theater and ignores the grandkids. True or not true?
My favorite memory of Bob absolutely has to be the fact that he taught me about the restored gospel of Jesus Christ. He introduced me to the Book of Mormon and to the great prophet Joseph Smith. And then, upon my request, he graciously baptized me and confirmed me a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It doesn't get any better than that. Thank you, Bob.
And therefore, you're responsible for everything that's happened since. And I love you, my friend. You are the older brother I never had. And the blessings in our family related to the gospel and our relationships is all because of you. So take that. We love you, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob. Bye.
Happy birthday, Bob. I remember all the times you were barbecuing outside. No matter what you barbecued, you made a hot dog for Tiffy. And I really appreciate it, and so did Tiffy.
and you always wore that beige jumpsuit. And one of my favorite memories, Bob, that I will never forget, and actually we're going to be playing it tonight for our little family get-together, which one would be complete without the candy bar game?
Yay.
And I try and be just like you when I'm the dealer. It just doesn't work, though.
And yes, Bob, thank you so much for always being there for us and for being a father figure for us when we were going through some hard times. We really appreciated it. And we love you so much. Happy birthday.
Love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.